We've just had a statement from the Russian Foreign Ministry regarding the situation in Venezuela. I just want to bring that to people. They have said in the last few moments, this morning, the United States committed an act of armed aggression against Venezuela. This is a matter of deep concern and condemnation. The pretexts used to justify such actions are unfounded. Ideological hostility has triumphed over business-like pragmatism and a willingness to build relationships of trust and predictability. This statement from the Russian Foreign Ministry is quite long. It goes on to say, in the current situation, it's crucial, above all, to prevent further escalation and to focus on finding a way through dialogue. We believe that all partners who may have grievances against each other should seek solutions to problems through dialogue. We are ready to support them in this. And they say that Latin America must remain a zone of peace, as it itself declared in 2014. And it does go on, but it basically reaffirms, as they say, their backing of Venezuela and what they describe as their solidarity with the Venezuelan people. Michael, we're going to get various statements, aren't we, coming in over the next few hours from the international community to what is going on. What do you think the reaction might be, and how significant is it what the rest of the world makes of this?
Action, Anna, actually, because although nobody will shed any tears for Maduro, there'll be a great sense of relief that this man, this wicked dictatorship that's been, gripping Venezuela, potentially very rich country that's been reduced to an economic basket case by corruption and incompetence and sheer violence from the government. All of that may now be over, may now be over. And so the world will be very glad about that, I think, generally speaking. But the way it's been achieved, the idea that the United States is involved, even under Donald Trump, in regime change, involuntary regime change is what it comes to, since this has been the result of pressure, military pressure. I think the world will have problems with that. I think everyone will be sort of nuancing their statements very carefully, and even see the Russians are nuancing their statements, saying that they call on the world to be for the world to recognise that the people of Venezuela must seek their own destiny. Honestly, when you look at what the Russians say in the Venezuelan case, and then what you think about what they do in the Ukrainian case, at least you can say that you can't fault them for lack of sense of humour. And the sheer irony of it. But we'll see what the Chinese say. I think it'll be something fairly similar. The Iranians, who are under pressure themselves, of course, and are worried about regime change, which is partly driven by American pressure, partly. I think the Iranians will probably make a more assertive statement, I would guess, something a bit less equivocal on that. And the rest of the world will have to nuance very carefully, particularly the European allies, what they say about this. They'll approve of the outcome, but not really of the methods. And they don't like the idea that this will support the sense of the Trump administration that they can, as it were, act as a bully boy around the world in favor of Christian nationalism, which is what seems to be dominating American politics at the moment. Not a sense of democracy or liberal democracies, or still less free trading liberal democracies, but this Christian nationalist mission. And I think that will make them fairly wary about this. But on the other hand, they can't say that they don't like the idea that Maduro has now gone.